This has to be one of the funniest things I've ever seen. So you're telling me that Jordan Poole gets traded for a 39-year-old player in Chris Paul? It's just interesting to me because Draymond has averaged a triple single, as Charles Barkley would like to say.
In this series, he's had back-to-back triple singles.
Right.
But at the same time, his value is almost unexplainable for the Warriors. The Warriors would much rather pay Draymond $100 million than commit to the contract that they gave Jordan Poole just last season. I mean, it makes sense. Jordan Poole has never been an efficient three-point shooter, averaging somewhere in a neighborhood of 35 to 37%, and in some of his other seasons have averaged lower numbers than that. I understand the confidence you have in a guy that just helped you win a championship. My only issue is that you could have gotten more for a player like Jordan Poole. Now, you give up Jordan Poole, but do you expect Chris Paul to help you? Whatever the Warriors are thinking about doing, it's clear that Draymond is definitely in the plan. The Warriors had a good defensive year with Draymond on the court and had a terrible defensive year when he was off the court. But there are still so many holes in the Warriors that need to be filled. Klay Thompson is in the twilight of his career, and even though he's still a great three-point shooter and a great scorer, his defense and also some of the tangible things he used to do as a defender, as a playmaker, and as a person that was just more consistent than he is now, it's just not fitting the bill. Stephen Curry is still in the prime of his career. Is it finally time to say that the league has caught up with Stephen Curry, Klay, and Draymond? I mean, let's be honest, what does the league expect? Or excuse me, what do the Warriors expect when they put those three back on the court? They don't have enough size in the paint. They don't have enough to contribute off the bench when Stephen Curry or Klay goes out. Chris Paul is a great addition if you're going to have him come off the bench, but the question also comes, who is Chris Paul passing to? Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody are great prospects that the Warriors have, but it always feels like they're a year or two away. Or at least, they don't get put in the game to shine as they should. If you're going to give Curry, Klay, and Draymond your entire cap space without filling out the rest of the roster, then there's no point in trading Jordan Poole. And if you were going to trade Jordan Poole, which you've already done, you should have at least gotten more back for him. As bad as his performance was in the playoffs, he's worth at least 2, maybe 3 players on the back end. The Lakers were able to flip Russell Westbrook into 3 players that made them the second or third best team after the trade deadline, if we're being honest. The Warriors have no improvement here. Depending on how the offense works with Chris Paul, they might have even become worse. And you could give me all the CBA jargon you want and how expensive Jordan Poole was, but that should have been thought about before they gave him the extension. Now all the Warriors did was save the money and give themselves an untradeable asset. Let me know what your thoughts are about the Warriors and their case. And also, are you going to give Draymond $100 million if that's what he wants? Because clearly that's what they're going to offer him. And do you think the Warriors are good enough to compete for another championship?